fourth seat. Doesn't have, but the last person to bid. So remember, the advancer position is not so much because you were the fourth seat with the dealer on your left, but you're the fourth person to bid. So in theory, you could be the advancer even if you previously passed. But if you're in a position to make a responsive double, it means you are the partner of somebody who either made a takeout double or an overcall. The responsive double would apply to either. So most commonly we see it as your left-hand opponent is the dealer and opens the bidding. Your partner makes a takeout double or an overcall, either one. And then you get a bid on your right, and now here you are. So that's the who does it. It's usually the advancer after your partner doubled or overcalled. Your responsive double shows the unbid suits. If you have support for partner suit, you should probably be raising your partner and not making a responsive double, especially if partner has overcalled, right? Mm-hmm. Partner has overcalled a major, right? So if we have an auction that goes something like a diamond, partner overcalls a spade, your right-hand opponent raises to 2 diamonds. If you have 3 or more spades, you should be raising spades, even if you have the unbid suits. Don't keep partner in the dark about your spade fit. Don't worry about showing hearts and clubs, which is what your double would show. Just go ahead and raise partner. So this is really more for hands where you haven't found a sure fit yet, but you're trying to find one. And remember that if the opponents have a fit, you should have a fit somewhere. Now, this is one of those symmetrical things we see in bridge. If one side has an 8-card fit somewhere in a suit, we should have one as well. But we've got to find it. And so point 3 here actually becomes the most important point, at least in terms of where I see people get confused about the responsive double. This is a very important criterion. Your opponents must have bid and raised the same suit for the double to be responsive. And to clarify what I'm talking about there, the auction might look like that. So if we see an auction like that, they opened a club, partner doubled, clubs got raised on our right, and we doubled. What do we think that shows? What does that second double show? Maybe.
You have 2 majors, you're picking your major.
Okay. Does this not sound like you have equal length in the majors?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because if you had 4 spades and only 3 hearts, wouldn't you preference 2 spades? Or if you didn't have 4 of either major, but you had diamonds, wouldn't you just bid 2 diamonds?
Yep.
What if you have spades and diamonds?
In that case, if you had 4 spades, say 4 spades and 4 diamonds, I think you would choose 2 spades, just because you would choose major over minor. Even if you had just as good, if not a better fit in the minor, just simply because of match point scoring, right? Yeah, if you bid 2 spades here, it could be a 4-card suit. Just like if you had to respond to the double without interference, you've only promised a 4 cards, right? Where people get confused is when the auction proceeds something like that.
Yep.
Now, Denise can't answer this question because she already got quizzed on it before the session today. Why is this not a responsive double? Because they didn't bid and raise the same suit. They bid different suits. Now, the harder part of this question. If double's not responsive, what does it show?
Negative double.
Remember, the negative double is made only by a responder, and you are not the responder, you are the advancer.
You're right. And it's not immediate. I was say it's.
Remember,
two
and
spades or
going
diamonds.
back to Betsy's question from a moment ago. If you had spades or you had diamonds, would you not just, and that was your preferred suit, would you not just bid one spade or two diamonds?
But you have both.
Okay, but if you have both, you pick the major, right? Wouldn't you rather bid one spade than two diamonds if you were 4-4 or 5-5?
Does it just say partner?
Even if I had 5 diamonds and 4 spades, I might bid a spade because it's the major.
Does it just say partner, I have some points, give me some more information?
Could be more of a card showing double. That would be a much better treatment than responsive. Because we're down to there's only 2 unbid suits, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so theoretically, if we have one of those suits, we would just bid it. So a general card showing double would be a better use, but it's actually not my use or the use of a lot of experts. Does anybody have any other guesses? Or should I have Denise tell you?
No, don't.
Yeah.
What if we pay you extra for this class? Can you give us that answer?
You know, the smartest people in the world begin sentences, if we pay you extra. That's how you get my attention.
Yeah.
So believe it or not, this shows hearts.
Wow.
So partner made a takeout double of a club. How many hearts do they have at a minimum? They have at least 3, right? For the takeout double, they have to have at least 3 hearts. All right. Often they will have 4 hearts. If you had an 8-card heart fit, do you want to miss it just because this annoying clown on your right bid a heart? I mean, for all we know, they bid a heart on 4 of them to the 7. I would do that just to be a nuisance and to maybe prevent you from finding your best fit. But look, we play in 8-card fits all the time and get 4-1 breaks that we have to deal with. That's not the end of the world. And would you really worry about that if this person's hearts were A, bad, B, you knew how the suit was breaking before you played the hand because of the auction? Would give you some help for playing the hand, right? Because you would know to anticipate the suit to break that way. There's actually another reason that most of you hopefully don't have to worry about, but if you go to a tournament, you might run into this. Sometimes people are really evil and they psych. What if this person had a fistful of clubs and they knew you had a major suit fit and they wanted to be devious and try and keep you from finding your heart fit? What if they had 6 or 7 clubs and like, oh, I could make a big, and a bad hand. Like, oh, I could make a big preemptive raise of clubs. Oh wait, I have a better idea. I'll really screw the opponents up. I'll bid a heart and maybe I'll cause them to miss their heart fit. And then if they try to double me there, I just go back to clubs because I have a safe place to go.
We do that all the time. That's what
Yeah.
we play all the time.
Yeah, well, the secret's out.
Doesn't that
Secret's
person
out.
have
We know how to expose your site. So I don't want to say, as reluctant as I am to say, have this in your toolbox box so that you can expose sites by the opponents, but it's not a bad idea. So that's a more remote possibility because most people are pretty good citizens, at least in Club Bridge, and they don't psych very often, even though it is legal. Psychs are legal according to ACDL.
Kurt, don't they have to have 4 hearts to do that or not?
Well, if they don't have 4 hearts, then it constitutes a psych. That's our definition of a psych.
Well, so you
But as long as they have 4 hearts, those 4 hearts could be 5, 4, 3 deuce, and they've made a perfectly
Right.
legal bid. It may be a terrible suit, but if that's their bid, that's their bid. So I don't think you will have to worry about that too often. But what I think you are worried about is missing your own heart fit. So yeah, believe it or not, that is not responsive. That shows hearts. And as I told Denise earlier today, my agreements are defined specifically enough with my partners that auction, the double, specifically says I have 4 hearts. And if I bid 2 hearts, that shows 5. Because if I have 5 and partner has doubled, now aren't we guaranteed of an 8-card fit? Now, we don't know how good the doubler's hearts are. I mean, it could be that partner made a takeout double with 3 small, okay, that wouldn't be ideal, but maybe our hearts are pretty good. Maybe our hearts are king, queen, 10, 5th, or ace, queen, 5th, or something like that. And again, we know, and we know how to play the suit. We know how the suit is breaking. But yeah, that is the key. Your responsive double, the opponents, for it to be defined as a responsive double, the opponents must have bid and raised the same suit.
And your hearts don't have to be that good. You can have 2, 3, 4,
I don't. I mean, would I want to bid it with a really bad suit? I don't know. Maybe no trump is a better option there. But again, if we have a guaranteed 8-card fit, that is the most important thing. So, I mean, partner has to have something for the takeout double over there, right? I mean, they've got to have some values. We want to answer the question, as we do with all of our conventional doubles, how high? I think the easiest thing to do is play your responsive doubles the same way you play your negative doubles. So if you play negative doubles through 4 hearts, play responsive through 4 hearts. Just keep it consistent. And then anything above that would be penalty oriented. Now, like your negative doubles, your responsive doubles, if you have to do this at a higher level, you do need incrementally better hand, right? Because we could have a responsive double situation here, right? Let's say they jump to 3 clubs. All right, most people would play that as preemptive. All right, well, what if you're 4-4 in the majors and you're like, okay, we've got to have a major suit fit somewhere. Even if partner is 4-3 in the majors, we probably have a 4-4 fit. But again, do you want to guess, or do you want to do you want to keep both majors in the picture? Well, rather than guessing and bidding 3 hearts or 3 spades, you can double, still responsive, even though it's a preemptive raise, because we met the most important part here, right? They bid and raised the suit. Yes, it was a preemptive raise, but they bid and raised the same suit. Now, if that had just been a 2-club bid, I would have been willing to make my responsive double maybe with as few as 6 or 7 points. Am I going to make the responsive double here when we're at the 3 level with 6 points? No, my hand's probably not good enough. 8 or 9? Yeah, I think I want to compete. I want to have some assurance that even if partner has a minimum takeout double, that we have about half the deck, right? So as the level at which you would have to make the responsive double increases, you need a little better, increasingly better hand. But we see the same thing with our negative double, right? If we can make our negative double at the 1 level, we might only have 6 or 7 points. If they get in with a preempt, like a 3-level preempt, now we need closer to like an invitational hand, right? And if they come in with a big preempt, like 4 hearts, now we'd have to have game going values, right? Like 1 club by partner, 4 heart overcall, double by responder. I would still play that as negative, but now you're going to be in game, right? So just keep that in mind, that as the bidding escalates, you want to, better and better hand in terms of your high card points. This stuff should be on the handout, so I will erase, and I want to look at least another example board suit here. Some of these can be difficult, and this is where you'll find in particular where some of those preempts can be pretty effective. But how about this one? So the opponents open a heart, partner makes a takeout double. Your right-hand opponent raises to 2 hearts, and you double. So the second double, what does that show? Try to think this one through.
Spades in a minor.
That's good thinking. I mean, partners made a takeout double of a heart, which means almost always there are 4 spades over there, right? The partner's making a takeout double of a major, but not overcalling a spade. They almost always have exactly 4 spades, right?
Okay, so it's not.
That's not to say they might make a takeout double with only 3 spades, but that is less common. Usually when we double a major suit opening, we're hoping to find a fit in the other major. So if you had 4 or more spades, wouldn't you just bid them?
Yeah.
I mean, they're available to you at the 2 level, pretty cheaply. You could bid 2 spades. If you had longer clubs, like 5 or more clubs or 5 or more diamonds, wouldn't you just bid 3 clubs or 3 diamonds if you wanted to bid here? So what do you have? You have both minors. Now I'm actually going to give this hand the ace of hearts, perhaps an unexpected card. All right, not an amazing hand, but it's only 7 high card points. But the opponent's found a fit in hearts, and we don't just want to sell out to 2 hearts. So what about that? I don't think I want to freely bid 3 diamonds, or certainly not freely bid 3 clubs on suits this week. But partner rates to have a 4-card minor, right? And so this is how we find our 4-4 fit. Try and construct what the takeout double looks like. How many spades did we say it was? Probably 4, right? What we're after is, what is the takeout doubler shape based on our hand and the auction?
So they only have 1 or 2 maybe hearts?
2 at most hearts, right? That's 6 cards. So we've got diamonds, we've got clubs. Could be 4 and 3, could be 3 and 4, right? That is almost certainly partner's shape. Now, it could be that partner has a singleton heart and is actually 4-4 in both minors, which is even better news as far as we're concerned. But I think because partner didn't overcall a spade to show 5 spades, I think we are guaranteed of having an 8-card minor fit. And I don't think we're, even though we don't have a very strong hand, we should have about half the deck, even if partner's takeout double is fairly minimal. I don't think we're going to get a lot of match points trying to defend 2 hearts. We're probably not beating it that often. We might make 3 of a minor. We might play 3 of a minor and get out for down 1 when they were going to make 2 hearts. Certainly at match points, it's got to be right to compete here and not sell out to 2 hearts. But we need to make sure we get to our best fit. So I don't want to guess if we have a 4-4 diamond fit or guess that we have a 4-4 club fit. I'm just going to double. And because I'm not bidding spades, partner should now respond or pull the responsive double to 3 of our best minor suit fit. And then after that, I'm done. If the opponents want to bid on to 3 hearts, I'm done. Partner bids 3 clubs, 3 diamonds, I'm done. But that's your tool. Because otherwise, if you don't suggest to partner, hey, I have the minors, but I don't have a preference. They're equal length. Yes, you may have a slight preference of suit quality, but that's not what's important here. What's important is getting you our 8-card fit, because we don't really want to end up at the 3 level in just a 4-3 fit. 2 level and a 4-3 fit, not so bad. 3 level and a 4-3 fit, less desirable. So double's going to be your most flexible bid here. All right, let me give you one more, and I will tell you right out of the gate that this sucks. But you may still have to deal with it. And we're going to change the bidding a little bit too. Talk about being put under pressure. Dealer opens a club, partner makes a takeout double, right-hand opponent jumps to 3 clubs, preemptive. There you are. Actually, that wasn't supposed to be clubs, it was supposed to be diamonds. Diamonds makes more sense since you're looking at 3 small. All right, here we go. That's the actual bidding. Even if partner has a fairly minimal, say 12, 13 point takeout double, whose hand is this? Should be ours, right? I mean, we have 10 points. Partner probably has a singleton diamond, right? Just because of their preemptive raise. I mean, it could be only that they're in an 8-card diamond fit, but usually it's not. And certainly makes more sense for partners takeout double. A lot of times would have a singleton in a suit that they bid and jump raise like that. But the problem is we very well might not have an 8-card major fit, right? Because we're 3-3 in the majors. They're pretty good holdings. Ace, queen, third, and king third. But what are we supposed to do? Okay. What would the alternative be? And by the way, we all know 3 no is out, right? For sure. With 3 little diamonds and partner having shortness in diamonds. 3 no probably can't be right. So we're gonna have a stopper there. Well, I mean, what would you do? Would you bid 4 clubs? You got a kind of a flat hand. Your suit's jack 4th. Would you really want to bid 4 clubs on that?
Double
And remember, partner's more likely to be 4-4 in the majors and only have, and may not have 4 clubs.
double and make her choose.
Yes, exactly. Everybody's favorite call. Partner, I don't want to deal with this. Why don't you? Now, here's the thing to keep in mind. Because your double is happening at the 3 level, you are conveying a better hand, which you have. I mean, you basically have invitational values. You have 10 points. And we just said that we think you have the balance of power on this. So we don't have trumps, but what if partner wanted to take a shot at defending and left the double of 3 diamonds in? Maybe you worried that it would be hard to make 3 of something your way. Could happen, maybe a little risky, but on the other hand, what if the doubler is looking at a more bouncing? What if your partner actually has like ace doubleton of diamonds? So a guaranteed trump trick. I mean, that is possible. They could have a diamond card. And, what if because you didn't express any, Now, I know this looks like, because you're saying you don't have a preference, you may be conveying, your partner may take you to be 4-4 in the majors. So the greater likelihood is that partner probably bids 3 of their better majors. And that might land you in a 4-3 fit at the 3 level, which not ideal, but doesn't mean that the contract can't make. And selling out to 3 diamonds is probably not right. These are tough problems. I mean, this is very difficult, and this is why the aggressive preempt, especially if the vulnerability is favorable. It's just not that. Look, if it had gone to 1 diamond double pass, it's not like you have an easy bid even there, right? I mean, your longest suit is clubs, and it's not a very good suit. but at least you could bid 2 clubs or 3 clubs. You wouldn't have to be trotting out 4 clubs, right? Or you could Q bid, you know, but you could Q bid 2 diamonds, and then if you wanted to, you could stop at 2 of a major in your 4-3 fit instead of 3 of a major, right? So I mean, yeah, these are tough problems, and that's what, you know, you don't have an ideal bid, but your best chance is going to be with a competitive double, and in this case, you know, it's the responsive. So.
Is that alertable?
No. And it's actually not alertable, even if your partnership didn't play responsive doubles and played that as penalty, it still wouldn't be alertable. It would be an uncommon treatment now to play it as penalty, but it wouldn't be alertable. It would be up to the opponent